Hey guys, Dr. Timothy Lawler here for video number 5 in my 7-day video bootcamp series, again, how to generate leads for your home-based business. Moving on, here we go. So we've talked about a few things right now. We've talked about buying leads, talked about SEO or search engine optimization, and both of those, one has been paid, one has been free. I'm going to move on to another paid version. It's called pay-per-click, okay, or PPC. Now, back in the day, you used to be able to go to Google, put a few pay-per-click ads up and make a killing, and you can't do that anymore because it was called the Google slap. Google was just trying to, within the last 12 months, 12 to 14 months, was trying to basically clean up all of the act according to the Federal Trade Commission. So they did a one-arm swoop, even though there's some good legitimate companies out there, including home businesses that were trying to advertise via this route, but they blacklisted them. So basically you can't use Google, which is unfortunate anymore, but there are others. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about a few of those sites in a few slides here, but there are other sites. Pay-per-click is a good viable option. Cool thing about pay-per-click advertising that you do get results immediately, and but they can get costly if you don't know what you're doing. Quick side note: if we're trying to figure out what pay-per-click is, there's advertisements on the right-hand side of the screen anytime you do a search on any of the major search engines, Google, Bing, Yahoo. It's those advertisements on the right-hand side, not the left hand like we talked about with SEO, but on the right hand and the top part of the page. People pay to have their ads at that area. Okay. Again, caution, you do kind of need to learn this trade a little bit because, like I said before, it can get costly if you don't know what you're doing. And I would highly suggest with that to invest in a course or two about pay-per-click. You can get them between $40 to thousands of dollars, but I would highly suggest as a basic intro to pay-per-click, just so you can get your feet wet. Excuse me. The Magnetic sponsoring team has a great course on pay-per-click advertising. I highly suggest getting that. You can also need to set a budget because if you don't, again, you can just spend your money to the moon. Here's some quick tips, okay? You have to do keyword research. We didn't really talk about this too much in the search engine optimization video, but with this, you definitely need to do the keyword research, find out which keywords are relevant to the people that you're trying to go after, and target those. There's a lot of good free tools through Google Tools, okay? You can do the AdWords tool. Just go to adwords.google.com, or you can go to type in Google Set, and it kind of does a similar thing. It gives you a good idea of what's happening. Or you can just start to type in a term, and Google starts to populate it for you, and it'll give you an idea of some other target-rich keywords for that product or whatever area you're trying to go after. Another one is wordtracker.com. There is a free version of this, but also a paid. This is phenomenal. It does get a little detailed, but sometimes if you learn how to use those details, it can give you a really big edge above your competition when you're doing keyword research. Another quick tip is to have multiple campaigns going on at once, not necessarily for your same keyword. Well, I guess you should if you're doing something called split testing, which is trying to see which having two ads going that are very similar except for one variable. It's called split testing. You can see which one is actually pulling more or having more clicks, and then you can continue to optimize that as needed. But also the cool thing is when you get a keyword that has a good click-through rate, you can go and build campaigns around that keyword, and that just gives you more detail and helps you take over that area more. Some popular sites are for doing pay-per-click advertising is Bing.com. It's actually kind of combined with Yahoo, so this is a really big site that can be very friendly to home-based business users, which is great. 7search.com is one I use with great success. It's awesome. Twitter is actually coming out with some pay-per-click, and Facebook, yes, and Facebook.com. So if nothing else, hopefully this presentation gave you these 4 sites to use for your pay-per-click advertising, just to let you know that just because Google has kind of put the slap on home businesses, it's not completely dead. So again, overview, guys, we're talking about both paid and free ways to generate leads with this video series. Some of it we covered already is buying leads, search and optimization, social media. I forgot about that one. We talked about that already. And then paid advertisements, one of which we just talked about is pay-per-click. If you guys have any questions or need to connect with me, please shoot me an email at timothy.m.lawler@gmail.com, or you can opt into my site at Sparking Success. Hope you guys got some value from this video. If you're done, go ahead and move on to video 6.